Hello, babies. Welcome to Diaper Diaries, Mommy's original short stories. This is episode 37, Mommy Rachel and Baby Charles's Summer's End. Now get your butt pot and blankie, relax, and enjoy the story. Mommy, can we go to the park? Charles asked with hopeful eyes, his voice high-pitched and childlike. Of course, my little angel, Rachel replied, her voice dripping with affection as she gently ruffled his hair. She couldn't help but smile at the sight of her husband dressed in a onesie with a cute cartoon pattern, his cheeks slightly flushed with excitement. The end of summer was approaching, and they had decided to indulge in one last role-play adventure before the cooler months set in. Rachel had been looking forward to this all week, eager to pamper him and escape the mundane responsibilities of their daily lives. Grabbing the oversized diaper bag she had packed earlier and the fold-up large umbrella, Rachel led Charles by the hand out of their cozy suburban home. The sun was high in the sky, casting a warm glow over the quiet neighborhood as they strolled down the sidewalk. Inside the bag were all the essentials: a pack of fresh diapers, baby wipes, a sippy cup filled with apple juice, and a couple of Charles's favorite stuffed animals for comfort. Rachel had even packed a few snacks, knowing that her little boy would get hungry. Upon reaching the park, Rachel found a shaded spot under a sprawling oak tree, perfect for setting up their little haven. She spread out a plush picnic blanket and helped Charles sit down and remove his big boy clothing so he could play in his onesie. He giggled as she carefully laid out his snack, a plate of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches cut into bite-sized triangles, a small bowl of grapes, and a few sugar cookies shaped like animals. Rachel made sure to arrange everything just so, ensuring that Charles could easily reach his food without making a mess. The air was filled with the laughter of children playing in the distance, the sound of swings creaking, and the occasional chirp of a bird. Rachel felt a warmth spread through her chest as she watched Charles eagerly grab a sandwich triangle with his chubby fingers and bring it to his mouth. She couldn't help but feel a sense of fulfillment in taking care of him like this, her heart swelling with love and tenderness. As Charles munched away, Rachel began to unpack the rest of their supplies. She pulled out a colorful set of building blocks and arranged them into a neat pile in front of him. "What do you want to build today, baby?" she asked, her tone playful yet soothing. Baby Charlie's eyes lit up as he looked at the blocks, his imagination already racing with the possibilities. He grabbed a few and began stacking them, his tongue sticking out in concentration as he worked on his creation. Rachel took a moment to admire her baby boy. The way the sunlight filtered through the leaves and dappled his face, the innocent look of contentment as he played. It was all so endearing. She took a sip from her own water bottle and watched him, feeling a sense of peace wash over her. This was their little world, free from judgment and expectations, where they could simply be themselves. As Charles became more engrossed in his block tower, Rachel decided it was time to pull out his all-time favorite summertime snack, watermelon balls. Charles eagerly grabbed for them and began popping them into his mouth, so refreshing on a hot day. He giggled with satisfaction. Soon after, Rachel noticed the look on his face and knew that he was relieving himself from all the watermelon. It was now time for a diaper change. She knew that part of the appeal for him was the ritualistic aspect of it all, the feeling of being cared for and protected. She set up the large umbrella and draped a long blanket over the sides for a little coverage. She approached him slowly, not wanting to startle him. "All right, Charles," she said in a gentle voice. "It's time for a fresh diaper." Charles looked up, his eyes sparkling with excitement. He knew what was coming and didn't bother to protest. Rachel laid him down softly under the umbrella, carefully undoing the snaps on his onesie. She revealed his plump, diapered bottom, already feeling the warmth through the thick padding. With practiced ease, she lifted his legs and removed the soiled diaper, replacing it with a clean one that she had brought from the bag. Charles squirmed a bit, his face scrunched up as if he were actually a baby getting his diaper changed. Rachel couldn't help but chuckle at his antics. Rachel powdered him up, secured the diaper, and pulled his onesie back over his legs, making sure to tuck it down snugly over the bulging padding. She leaned down and gave his nose a gentle boop with her finger, making him giggle. "All better," she cooed, giving his cheek a little kiss. Charles's eyes sparkled with gratitude as he reached up to give her a hug, his tender arms wrapping around her neck. Rachel's heart melted at his affection, feeling a bond stronger than any she had ever experienced. The park was bustling with families enjoying the last days of summer. Rachel was careful to keep their little corner private, using the umbrella and diaper bag to shield Charles from any prying eyes. She knew that while their role play was a secret, it brought them both immense joy. She took out a bottle of sunscreen and began to rub it on his exposed skin, ensuring he wouldn't get sunburned. His giggles turned into squeals of delight as she tickled him with feather-light touches. As they played and basked in the warmth, Rachel had a surprise up her sleeve. She reached into the diaper bag and pulled out a small homemade book she had crafted with loving care. The cover was made of soft pastel fabric, with Charles's adventures stitched on in colorful thread. "Look what Mommy made for you, baby," she said, her voice filled with excitement. Charles's eyes widened as he took the book from Rachel's hand. He could feel the weight of their shared secret in every page. She had filled the book with snapshots of their past role-playing sessions, each one meticulously glued in and surrounded by her own hand-drawn illustrations. The pages were thick and durable, designed to withstand the occasional drool or tear. Rachel watched as Charles thumbed through the book, his eyes misting over at the memories. "Mommy made this for me?" he whispered, his voice filled with wonder. Rachel nodded, her own eyes glistening with happiness. She had spent hours crafting the book, reliving each moment they had shared in this intimate, unique way. The pictures brought to life their adventures in the park, trips to the zoo, even quiet moments at home where Charles had fallen asleep in her arms, his face serene and baby-soft. The book was a testament to the love and care they had for each other, a secret shared between only the two of them. Charles looked up at Rachel, his eyes brimming with love. He threw his arms around her neck, hugging her tightly. She felt a warmth spread through her, a reminder of why they did this, to connect, to escape, to find joy in the simplest of things. She held him close, feeling his diapered bottom against her leg, the weight of his body in her arms, and she knew that she was exactly where she needed to be. The end. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Diaper Diaries. Please like, subscribe, and join me for my other stories. You can also find links in the description below to my eBay store with ABDL goodies, Buy Me a Coffee, PayPal Donate, Twitter, and my erotic ebooks on Amazon Kindle. Good night, my babies.